Today on Uncommon Good MTG, we're playing with BOROS Forge, which is a mid-range BOROS deck that's featuring cards like Urabrask Forge and the Phyrexian Vindicator. Does this deck have the chops to be a contender? Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the uncredited creator of Pickleball, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Film before a live studio audience. You are too kind. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by Huges, one of my faves. Thing is, he called this thing BOROS Taxes. I played it a few times. I've had to make some changes, unfortunately. Because like I like to say is that you're not looking for the best deck, you're looking for the best deck for you. And unfortunately, there are some cards in here that were not great for me. And so I ended up having to change them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out the changes between what our pal Huges put together and what I ended up changing into this particular version. I'll try to point out why. All right, so before we go out and crush everybody's hopes and dreams, let's take a look at the cards in this deck. So once again, this is kind of going into the Urabrask's Forge, where we've got Urabrask Forge putting out a new creature every turn. We're using OB1 to cause that additional point of tokenage to put a point of damage we can either do to our opponent to wear them down or take out semi-cheap creatures. The more we have out, the more damage we can deal every single turn. Every time one of these guys dies or Exuberant Fuseling goes up by one, this guy can get big. He can get totally swole. Unfortunately, he can also die easily. He can die so easily because he never gets more than just one for toughness. Brotherhood's in, help wipes the board or takes out a bunch of tiny artifacts. All of that's pretty good. At which point then we start getting into what this deck does otherwise, which is a little bit of white ramp between the Ambitious Farmhand and the Eiganjo. We got the Norn's Inquisitor and Progenitor Exarch, which are pod baby poppers. They put out those incubate tokens, and then they do stuff with them, make them stronger, pop them out for cheaper. That's all great. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I put this in myself. We'll talk about what I swapped out later. We got the Phyrexian Vindicator because this guy is so excellent, and he's a great defender. People get really worried if they don't have black or some sort of white with exile to be able to get rid of them. They can't attack. Otherwise, all that damage is either dealt to their face or to destroy one of the creatures they have. OB1 does a point of damage each time a token is put on something. Sunfall will help wipe the board, and it exiles all creatures, and then it puts out incubates equal to the number of creatures that are exiled that way, and the Steel Seraph, which you can use for giving flying, vigilance, or lifelink to stuff on each turn. All right, oh, and like here's the mana sliced here. The first thing I had to do is I had to kill out Pain Lands. I played like 2 or 3 games with Pain Lands, and they just hosed me over. Now, the other thing, I left 2 of them in. So the other thing I took out was Blast Zone. I just do not work well with Blast Zone. Put Blast Zones back in, I don't know, man. Anyways, Mycosynth Gardens is where it's at. Other than that, I just put in some more basic lands. This works out much better for me, and this works as a fantastic way of copying Urabrask Forge. I took out... What is this one here? 4 of the Invasion of Gobakons. Those things are great. I just can't spend the time cracking open eggs. I can put them out, it taxes things a little bit. You got to spend all your time trying to break them open, and then you start getting your +1s. It's just a lot of waste of time. So I ended up removing them because I played a lot of games, and that slowness just floored me. I couldn't handle it. So I ended up replacing them all with Sunfall is what I did. The other card that was in here was Invasion of Chorus. And so I replaced those with Brotherhood's in. The reason why the invasion costs 4, this only costs 3. It has the same effect. It's 3 damage to each creature and Planeswalker. It does the exact same thing for 1 less. And I don't have to worry about trying to bust open, a siege for 4 and get the other thing. It's just over with. This to me just seemed like a lot better. I didn't like having the other thing hanging out. Plus, having the ability to destroy all the artifacts with the mana value of 3 or less seemed like a much better ability. So that was it. I replaced Sunfall and the Brotherhood End. I took out a couple of invasions, changed out the lands. Other than that, this is pretty much Boros taxes. But when we got rid of the Gobakon, this wasn't taxes anymore. And so I changed the name to Boros Forge. All right, so what are we going to do with this deck? We are going to ramp with White Ramp, put out a bunch of little pod babies, keep up the pressure, get Urabrask started, light that fuse, just get it going, hopefully put Obi-Wan out, keep the tokens going onto Exuberant Fuseling, and onto Urabrask's Forge, which will just start doing a lot of little points of damage, control the board with Brotherhood End and Sunfall, and lastly, the Vindicator and the Steel Seraph to really round out the top. Do what you can do. That's what we're going to do. So before we go out, let's say our prayers and talk about what's best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who lives in the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant me your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, playing against Mr. Bud, 2002. 23. We'll keep that. It's going to be slow. All right, we got a guy. And we're good. Next turn, we can put out a 1. We can put out a incubate. 3. All right, we're popping the guy out. He's going to spell out a baby. And no tax, because he will definitely sacrifice this guy for my Fuseling. Looks like it's time to wipe the board. Oh yeah, I'm going to wipe this thing. He's going mono white soldier. That's what you get for being hesitant. Here comes the block. He's waiting for it. 1 point of damage in. 1 board wiped. All right, we got 4 white, which means we can throw a Vindicator out, no problem. Conductor's hand. How that happened, I don't know. I thought I needed... Oh, because it comes in tap? No? Yes, no? I thought he was going to be able to counter it or something. Non-creature spell. Oh, I couldn't even do anything against it. All right. We're cool. All right, let's see what this guy's got on him. Nothing good. You got mana-wise there. Plenty for an Elvish Norn. Let's just pop that one out. I'm going to give this guy Vigilance. All attack. Yeah, let's crack this open. Totally! Welcome to the big time, Vindicator. Alright, we have the ability to put BO1 out. That is super cool. So I think I'll try that. We just start blowing his dudes away. And we win! There you go. Victory! Alright, playing against KJ Keys. KJ, huh? Keep. Alright, put out the Fuseling. We're going to roll into Urabrask Scourges. That's going to be so nice. All attack. Unfortunately, we didn't have any quick white. Oh, so many forges. I mean, he's going to try to do some maybe disenchants if he gets the opportunity. He's not going to take it. We are in a vicious, vicious situation. I feel bad for Mr. Keys there. And we're in place. Needs to be 2. Here comes in the Legion. All attack. Just go after the Fuseling, man. Alright, down to 5. That was a good block there. You know, my guys have trample. I can wipe the board to start off with. Let's just do that. Boink. And we win. That was perfection. This deck, I don't think could do that again, but man, that was good. Alright, we're playing against Urza'sSon. As in Jake Urza'sSon. Let's see. Keep. What are you going for there? Yeah, a little Fuseling action. Pay the blood price for it. Got a Forge. Let's see. 2 gets us nothing. All attack. I am okay with that. Now, hopefully this doesn't destroy the Forge. Otherwise, we're toast. Nice. In for 2. Man, when you just let your forges do all the work, it is so nice. Let's see, we're going... Well, I can't play either of the boats in. I need another red for that. I can say if we can get up to 6 and I had 4 reds, that'd be great, but it's not going to happen. Don't be destroying those artifacts. Oh, what a tool. At least I have a second one. Alright, we have the ability to pop this guy open on our opponent's turn, so let's just do that. I gotta make it into a 3. Don't be killing it. I need to put another one out. Urabrask Forge is really the way. He's just paying the full price for it. Give him a guy back, apparently. I can't do anything about it. Can we stitch together a win off of the crap that we have out right now? Beats me, man. Oh! Ho, ho. Eight! Alright, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for calling you crap. You're my boys. What is all this about? Alright, well, we can take it out once he tries to block. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! Alright, playing against Overkill. As in Operation Overkill. 1, 2, 3. He's looking. There's not anything great in my hand. That is a lot of crap. Let's just go after his hand. Alright, we got 3. Let's put out an Inquisitor. And one of these guys. What are we playing with up here? Come on, kill one of them. Unfortunately, this baby is not making it through that big butt genius there. Alright, there's 4. And no tax. We can use guys start cracking people open. Alright, who are we going to block here? Do we care? Nope. Alright, Sundown Pass. Let's put out all OB1. Crack open. No, they won't let me do it, huh? Why not? No tax. Well, that was strange. I should have easily been able to do this. All right, we're taking our hits. And I think as we can't do anything up there that's really going to help out too much. Put that out. Let's go like this. 1. Let's pop out the 2. That guy. We're going to next our way up. All right there. That's a kamikaze run. We just got to get 3 points on her somehow. Down to 3. Perfect. And here we go. All right, board's cleared. Nothing. All right, still got a guy I can pop for 3. He's got a guy you can put out just to kill it. He's going to kill himself. That seemed weird. That seemed very strange. All right, we got him down to 21. All right, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so I have the only guy that will die. I can do damage to him. And let's just see what we can do here. And he's going to waste it. Good for him. All right, so we can come in. Let's just pop a 3. Let's pop another 3. Let's pop another 3. All right, all attack. What do we want to do? Let's just go for his throat. All attack, that's fine. All right, so that's 11. Now you can block with 1. Nope, you're doubling up on it. That seems like a dumb idea. There you go. The wounded one is just as good as that one. That's funny. It says to any other target. Yet, there we go. Boom, boom. Goes the room. All right, up and against Geneo. Let's see, we're rolling into this last. Nice. Next turn, those got to be the Forge. Unless he starts looking like he can counter things. It looks like he's trying to counter things. All right, let's test our waters by putting this guy out. Ah, there was nothing going on. That was all for nothing then. All right, so it'll block, and then we can Brotherhood end it. Let's just let it through. Yeah, there you go. Urabrask Forge. We're looking good for Sunfall. All right, we're racing in. I don't think we're going to wipe the board. We're going to wipe the board, so let's just chill with what we got in our hand. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Made another monkey. What is that? Some sort of legendary monkey? It is! I'm gonna chill. We're all gonna be like a bunch of little Fonzies here, chilling in the booth. This should not be one of those situations in which I get killed while holding on to 2 board wipes in my hand. You're making it look so good just to wipe the board. All right, yeah, we're going for it. Here we go, baby. Let's go for the attack first. Done. Now kill me in 1 turn. No! I'll get you with the other. It'll be fine. Don't take out the other one or I'll be super pissed. Whatever, man. Here we go. All in. And we win. Touchdown. Lava Bears. All right, so here we are with BOROS Forge. And it was a fun deck, mostly because I got the opportunity to return to playing with Urabrask Forge again. Anytime you can play with Urabrask Forge is always a good day. The other thing I really liked was the Phyrexian Vindicator. That guy is so excellent. But so who was our MVP of this deck? It was Urabrask Forge. Urabrask Forge was the MVP. It was what I was always looking for. If I could make multiple copies of it, it was always for the best. But man, yeah, Phyrexian Vindicator, if I could get that the 4 white mana to play it, then it was so excellent to have out because it could not take damage, but any damage dealt to it could be dealt to anything else. It had the ability to wipe out a lot of good stuff. So yeah, Phyrexian Vindicator, lots of fun to play with. I can tell you that the other card that I added late game was Sunfall. We had a problem where we have board wipes. It was called Brotherhood End. But the problem is that that 3 did not do enough. And so Sunfall, I ended up adding, I took out, this was originally what, BOROS taxes or something. I took out the invasion cards. They were just too slow and they didn't do enough. It was just a gigantic waste of time. They just were sitting in my hand. Anytime I played them, it was just almost no effect whatsoever. So I am happy with the way this turned out by taking out the invasion cards. I think this worked out a lot better. We got some, a lot of like white ramp between these two, as well as we got Sunfall and the Vindicator, which are great white cards. These guys putting out the little pod babies, I like them. I like them quite a bit. They're cheap. And this guy, even you playing for just one, is still good if you got anybody else putting out pod babies. Like Sunfall puts them out. Of course, he'd already be out, he'd be dead, but still, it only costs 2. It's all good. It's all good. Plus the Steel Seraph, being able to have your choice of those 3 things is incredible. All right, so was this deck competitive? No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Here's why. It's because the original deck that I played ended up not being competitive at all. I mean, I played it a lot, and I got, let's just take a look at it here at my own bottom here. It was win, 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 loss, win. And I'm like, all right, this thing's a winner. I'm going to have like 80%. Then I went loss, win. I'm still looking really good. And then it was loss, loss, loss. I ended up with a 45% win rate altogether out of that. Now, that's when I realized I just couldn't sit on the invasion card. Invasion of Gobekon times 4 just ended up just dragging me down so much. I tossed it, put in the Sunfalls. I played another again, win. And what won the game for me? Sunfall. So to me, it feels like what this deck really needs is a decent board wipe. Maybe 4 is too much, but I think this is in a much better place than it is. So I really can't talk about how competitive it is, but I'm going to say that it is a decent deck to play. It might be competitive. I'm just not going to restart the process of playing this deck again from this point. So I don't know how the competitive goes, but I think it's a good, fun deck. That which gets me to, was this deck fun? Yes, yes, it absolutely was fun. You know, the funny part is I tried to put together, like I was doing this whole thing where I'm going through various Forge decks, where you got all the good Forge cards and you put together stuff from other color. We did Izzet, we did Rakdos, right? I haven't gotten to Gruul yet, but then I got to, I gotta tell you, I want to do mono red version. That's constant. And I kind of think I already did do it at one point, so that's why I'm kind of shying away from it. But I was trying to play a BOROS version. I could not put together a decent BOROS version. So when I saw that Who Guessed had put something together, I thought, that's it. This guy, he's done it. He's gotten the BOROS one to work. I'm sure of it. And when I played it 3 times in a row and it was working great, I thought, that's it. Who Guesses got it. Yeah, it ended up turning bad pretty much right afterwards. But so yeah, it was a fun deck, especially with how it turned out after a little bit of tooling. I'm going to say, yes, it's quite fun. Is it interesting? Let's take a look at those cards. We got the Phyrexian Vindicator. You got All We Won, Sunfall, Brotherhood. I mean, yeah, this middle set here is of interest to me. Anything I could do with Urabrask Forge, I find to be very interesting. We're not really maximizing it as well as we can. What's the synergy with it? All We Won and Exuberant Fuseling. So, I don't know. It's not super interesting, but there are some interesting cards from more recent sets, and that makes it pretty decent. So let's add all that up. Competitive? I don't know. Fun? Totally. Interesting? Meh. So I'm going to give this deck, as it is right now, an A-. A-. So, yeah, I don't think that you should say, let's play it and take it out on the ladder. It's good. It hasn't been tested enough for that yet. I'm sorry. Just because Sunfall needed to go in there, that's as far as I've gotten so far. I'll have to keep playing it, see if it's any better. But still, it is a fun deck. It's a little, here's the deal. Everything is not very interesting. Until the next set comes out, it's a little boring. Unfortunately, Aftermath did not add the spice to the meta that we're looking for. And so we're in that dull period where all the great cards are known. All the great decks are pretty much there. And we're just sort of fiddling around and changing changing the chairs around on the deck of the Titanic or something. So anyways, there you go, A- deck. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.